Welcome to Top Shelf Men. I'm Reese. Today we're going to be talking about why notch counts matter. In the comments, I've been scrutinized for slut shaming or being told that promiscuity in women doesn't really matter. And I'm here to set the record straight. And that is to say that, honestly, I really love sluts. They keep things simple where sex is very casual and transactional. There is no pretension. They want to sleep with as many guys as they can, and they just want to have fun. I love these kinds of girls. But the problems start when promiscuous women decide that they like you so much that they want to hang around you and really not let you go. Then these women want to suddenly go from simple fun to wanting you to pay the full price for the $9.95 a month ride. Unfortunately, high notch count women have a lot of baggage, and while very fun at first, they are terrible prospects for being a long-term relationship girlfriend, or God help you if you decide to wife one of these girls up. I will break down all the reasons as to why they are terrible LTR prospects, but before that, hit the like and subscribe button for more Top Shelf Men content. It really helps the channel grow and allows me to dedicate more of my time to making more free content, waking up more men. Alright, now back on topic. While promiscuous girls are great for the moment, women with high notch counts have a much greater difficulty staying with one guy. There are multiple studies that show that the more sexual partners women have before marriage, aka the ultimate long-term relationship, the much higher probability they are likely to file for divorce. So the more notch count, the more divorce. Using common sense, besides marriage, this also tells us that the higher the notch count, the more likely they are also to cheat on you. Again, if this is a girl you hang out with and bang without any intention of turning her into a girlfriend, then have at it, man. Have fun. I love sluts too, but do not get attached. I also like to do my own research. I talk to other men and women of all walks of life. The stories they tell me all correlate to the fact that women with high notch counts cannot stick to any one single guy. They are either always looking for the next branch to swing to, or they use intercourse with random guys as a sort of blue pill to keep themselves temporarily happy and validated. Followed by then feeling dirty and used. But the more times they have taken the promiscuity feminist blue pill, the easier it gets to swallow. And like any short-term, easy high, the more they do it, the less it gives them that initial high, making them want to experience it more and more often. I say this because high notch count women will always look for excuses to sleep with other guys throughout any relationship's ups and downs. So let's say she gives you a shit test and you give her a no, passing her test. This is so she doesn't beta-tize you, so she doesn't nag you into compliance. You just tell her no. Then she'll get upset, make herself pretty, and go hit a bar or a club with the excuse that she's letting off some steam, and ends the night hooking up with some random dude. In any normal relationship, it is impossible to avoid women's competency tests, also known as shit tests. In these tests, women will want to see if you will stand up to them. So to pass these tests, you are supposed to stand up to them and piss them off. And you do this by not giving them what they want. A normal girl that isn't run through, she will sulk, call her mother, she'll act sad or upset for a few days before returning back to normal. A high notch count girl will get pissed at you, fix herself up, then go out and get banged at some bar, club, or by some classmate or some coworker. Personal experiences with all of those. The same way, men might physically beat the crap out of other men if they sense a great offense or they get pissed off at each other. Men will just beat the crap at each other. Women with high notch counts will retaliate by sleeping around, knowing that they will cause psychological harm and or to make themselves feel better or validated for the moment. Cheating becomes a retaliatory action for 304s. The other problem with trying to have a long-term relationship with a high notch count girl is that she will always accuse you of cheating first. This is because it's their default way of thinking, as they never stop looking for another guy to upgrade to. The average blue pill guy thinks that men and women are exactly the same. that we're all simply blank slates. So in their mind, of course, men and women think exactly the same way. And feminism, again, I say, feminism is the blue pill for women. So in a woman's mind, she thinks that getting dicked down by Chad or Tyrone, and because she's thinking of this, of course, you, as her boyfriend, are also thinking about banging that cute waitress you said hi to. Because men and women are blank slates, and we are exactly the same, which we're not. So, women with high notch counts will be questioning you all the time. Where are you? What are you doing? They will be suspecting you of the dumbest things. And if you dare ask them why they are always so suspicious, they always default to their, well, my women's intuition is never wrong, as an excuse as to why they are making your life more difficult. And the reality is that if women's intuition was worth a damn, then there wouldn't be so many single mothers or insufferable cat ladies. The reality is that if banging other dudes is on her mind, then she will project that onto you, accusing you of wanting to bang other girls. The next reason as to why notch counts matter is because the bigger her notch count, the more likely she is to have been alpha widowed. For those of you new to the red pill, an alpha widow is a woman who was dumped or ruined her relationship with a guy who was very high value in her eyes. As she isn't able to get over him, even though she had no choice but to move on to other men, she still wishes she was with that guy that was a high value alpha in her eyes. Now, no matter how big a house you buy for her, no matter how much you earn to give her, she would drop you in an instant to just go and have a second bang with that alpha again. The easiest, most universal example of this in pop culture comes from the 1997 movie Titanic. In that movie, the female protagonist, Rose, survives the sinking of the Titanic while the hot guy that blew her mind dies in the frozen waters. She gets alpha widowed so bad that following the death of her alpha, she meets another idiot guy that puts a ring on her. He gives her children, he gives her the best life he could afford. Then, as an old lady, Rose isn't thinking about the man she married and the man that gave her everything. In the movie, she's still dreaming and thinking about the alpha that excited her and cleaned her pipes so good on that boat all those years ago. That is an alpha widow. And the higher the notch count, the more likely she has been alpha widowed, in which case you are and will always be the beta she settled for. Why is this bad for a long-term relationship, you might ask? This is because you were never her first choice, and have no doubt that she would drop you, your children, and the life you gave her for a second chance to be with that alpha that she lost. She will betray your trust for the next guy that gives her the same vibes as the alpha that she lost and yearns for. So, these are the reasons you should never take a high notch count woman seriously. Certainly, have them for fun if you are plate spinning, but be extra careful if she is the only prospect in your life, because you will easily give yourself one-itis and become obsessive with a girl that chose for herself to belong to the streets. Alright? So be careful with that. Thank you for listening to the end. Let us know in the comments below if you tried to wife up a girl or LTR a girl with a high notch count, and let us know how that went for you. Did you have a different experience? Let us know. If you know a man that would benefit from hearing this talk, then share this video with them to help wake up more men. This is Reese. See you next video, guys.